Friday, July 30th, 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching Prime Flash on The African Eye. We apologize for the late start. You know, man makes machine and machine sometimes disappoint. We begin today's edition with this story coming in, at least according to sources. At least 2 Boko Haram terrorists have been killed as they attempted attacking an army post last night around the Sweram, far north region of the country. This comes barely a few days after at least 17 other terrorists were eliminated by defense and security forces in Zinge, an attack which cost the life of at least 5 Cameroonian forces and civilian. And after the visit of Minister of Defense Joseph Betty Asomo in that part of the country to evaluate security situation. The lifeless body of a Cameroonian woman by name Linda Epo, who was on vacation with her husband and kids, is currently at the mortuary to the greatest dismay of her family. The lady is said to have died as a result of a stroke a few minutes after she consumed ero and fufu in a restaurant with her 2 friends, while some sources say the food was poisoned. Others say that she drank tea before she started vomiting. The deceased, who was a resident in France, had arrived the country for a brief vacation with family just a few days before her demise. The real cause of her death is still unclear. And on today's communique, the SDF political party will be embarking on winning more militants in the west region of the country. According to the release signed by Senator Jean Tsomelu, the party will begin in Fumban Noon Division on August 28, 2021 at 10 a.m., in Banjul Kunki Division on 29 August at 10 a.m., and in Bafoussam Minfi Division on the 29th of August 2021 at 12 o'clock. Over 1,000 Cameroonian women from the 10 regions of the country and from all walks of life have converged for a 3-day conference geared towards the restoration of peace. The National Women's Convention for Peace in Cameroon is the first of its kind, holding precisely at the Yaoundé Conference Center. The conference, which started yesterday, July 29, shall be ending tomorrow, July 31st. Eileen Sama on this report.
The 3-day event, which opened today at the Yaoundé Conference Center, groups over 1,000 and more women from Cameroon's 10 regions to discuss one but primordial issue: the promotion of peace in Cameroon. The convention, which according to the organizers, Friedrich Albert Stiftung Foundation, has as objective to send powerful signal that Cameroonian women are longing for peace in the midst of the socio-political crisis plunging the country into turmoil. The peace crusaders from all corners and groups of the society are in the capital city, Yaoundé, to unite their voices for peace to return after 6 years of a blood battle. Amongst them are female traditional and religious leaders, female soldiers, women entrepreneurs, women peace activists, displaced women and girls, victims of war-related violence, women from civil society and political parties, among others. These women will, from July 29 to July 31st, 2021, share their rich experiences and excellent ideas with the goal of fostering the mechanism to speed the return of peace in Cameroon. Meantime, those with very painful memories will be uplifted in a trauma and healing session dubbed Psychosocial Village.
United Kingdom-based rights group Amnesty International has released eyewitness testimonies and satellite images showing devastating consequences of the ongoing Anglophone crisis. The report highlights a rise in human rights violation in the restive regions of the country, as Lasha Kingsley tells us.
As published by Amnesty International on July 28, 2021, has acknowledged the existence of satellite images and eyewitness testimonies which reveal the scale of devastation in the 2 Anglophone regions of Cameroon. The violence between Cameroonian armed forces and the various armed groups erupted in 2017 following protests against discrimination and marginalization. The conflict has since then resulted to the unlawful killing of civilians, kidnappings, and widespread destruction of houses and villages. According to the report published by the UK-based rights group Amnesty International, government intervention in these crisis-stricken zones has been limited, with a near-complete silence from the international community. The organization boasts of documented eyewitness testimonies and analysis of satellite images unveiling the dozens of civilians who have been killed since the start of the Anglophone crisis. Fabian Ofana, Amnesty International Central African researcher, accuses both parties involved in the crisis of human rights violations. He believes that without strong action by the authorities and the international community, civilians will continue to bear the brunt of the crisis. Images released by Amnesty International indicate incidents that occurred between January and April 2021 in the villages of Nsi, Ntong, Ntim, Bui, Koshin, and Kimbi, all in the northwest region of Cameroon. These images show structures which were completely damaged, destroyed by fire, or no longer existing. According to the report, Mwa subdivision has particularly hit by the crisis, with the displacement of over 4,200 inhabitants between February 22 and 26 this year. The satellite images are analyzed by Amnesty International equally show some villages that have been destroyed in Mwa subdivision in February 2021. Amnesty International equally highlighted the increasing tensions between the armed separatists and the Fulanis. The latter has been previously accused by the separatist fighters of collaborating with government authorities. Between June and July 2021, at least 4 policemen were killed in an ambush near the town of Balinyonga in the northwest region of Cameroon. 2 gendarmerie officers were also killed and beheaded in Babaju in the west region of Cameroon. Another example highlighted was the killing by the army in Bamenda 3 subdivision of a civilian man driving in a car. Fabian Ofana pleads on the international community to publicly call on the Cameroonian authorities to urgently initiate impartial investigations into allegations of human rights violations, as well as prosecute those suspected of criminal responsibilities if found guilty in fair trials before the law.
Let's talk about finance. Cameroon has just recorded a significant support in the implementation of the post-COVID economic recovery program. Ruling on Cameroon's case on July 29, 2021, the Board of Directors of the International Monetary Fund approved an agreement of 375 billion francs CFA over a 3-year period, that is from 2021 to 2024. The first implication of this decision is the release of 96 billion francs CFA, representing the first part, which is an important step for Cameroon facing a difficult economic context, as Louis-Paul Motaze, Minister of Finance, says. Stakeholders in the follow-up of public investment budgets in FACO division have been called upon to collaborate with one another in order to achieve better results of public investment projects in the 2021 financial year. The call was made by Honorable Etombi Gladys yesterday, Chairperson Divisional Follow-up Committee. Kuma Honore.
Stakeholders in the follow-up of public investment budget in FACO division have been called upon to collaborate with one another in order to achieve better results for public investment projects in the 2021 financial year. The call was made by the chairperson of the Divisional Follow-up Committee for Public Investment Projects in FACO, Honorable Etombe Ikome Gladys, during the second quarter participatory follow-up meeting to evaluate work done so far in the division. She reminded divisional delegates and service heads to follow up all projects under their ministry, since they are responsible for the smooth implementation of their ministry projects. Honorable Etombi Ikome Gladys equally urged stakeholders to collaborate with mayors to give them the necessary support to enable them accomplish their duties with respect to executing projects in their various municipalities to make FACO division stand tall as far as the execution of public investment projects in the southwest region is concerned.
For today, we had only 4 councils represented in the meeting. It is not a healthy situation, and we just are advising that mayors should make an extra effort to come to the meetings, because in these meetings we share experiences and no one knows it all.
On her part, the divisional delegate for Minipat Fako, Madame Pascaline Eko-Oben, called on mayors to work hand in glove with technical services to achieve the set goals. She regretted the fact that the execution rate of public investment projects in Fako division indicates a 12.01% decrease as compared to same time last year, which stood at 34.01%.
We are at 22% fiscal rate of execution and 10% financial rate of execution as far as the second quarter for the follow-up of bid is concerned. So there's really a problem with the award procedure as far as councils are concerned. So we are trying to call on all the mayors to try to work hand in hand with the technical team, especially MINMAP, that is in charge of the award of contracts.
The chairperson was, however, optimistic that the execution rate will triple by the time stakeholders meet next, and urged them to take their responsibilities and do what is expected of them in their various sectors. The meeting ended with some recommendations arrived at in order to accelerate the execution rate of public investment projects in Fako division. One of such recommendations is to organize seminars grouping technical services with tender board members to sensitize them on the award proceedings.
Let's take this other communique. Minister of Public Health, Dr. Manauda Malachi, is informing potential candidates for the competitive entrance examination into public and private training schools for health personnel that the deadline for submitting files, initially scheduled for July 31st, is postponed to August 31st, 2021. He says the written part will take place on the 18th of September 2021 in all the regions of the country. And in sports, the mayor of Limbe 2 Council, Daniel Ndive, has given opportunity for youths in his municipality to showcase their talents in the field of football during these summer holidays. This was yesterday as the divisional officer for Limbe 2 subdivision, Serge Meke Eba Albert, was present to support this initiative. Kuma Honore once again.
The divisional officer for Limbe 2 subdivision, Serge Meke Eba Albert, has lauded the initiative of the mayor of the Limbe 2 Council to engage youth during the summer holidays to keep them free from crime and other vices. He was speaking during the launching ceremony of the first edition of the New Generation Football Tournament that took place recently at the Ngeme Omispo Stadium Annex. Serge Meke Albert applauded the mayor of Limbe 2 Council, His Royal Highness Wokadan Ndive, for demonstrating an unmatched show of dynamism at a time when other councils have simply gone to slumber under the pretext of the COVID-19 pandemic, coupled with the crisis in the Northwest and Southwest regions, leaving councils' coffers empty.
The organizers, what they believe, people feel like that, and other people have to take inspiration from what they are doing. And to all of us, we can assume that all this sporting infrastructure, that some people are insulting, some people are criticizing. They have good infrastructure for our youth to expose and to showcase their talent. We are ready to receive the AFCON here.
On his part, the mayor said the tournament, dubbed Chief Walker Daniel the First New Generation Football Tournament, is an opportunity for his council to permit youths showcase their talents in the field of football. It is the mayor's wish that the tournament grows leaps and bounds, and why not produce players to play in the national team and the UEFA Champions League.
Football is a unifying factor. Football is for the talent. Now they may go the next team because of our youth. So we need to encourage them in this direction. Because nobody knows tomorrow we have started here today and we will be successful beginning. But we don't know in the nearest future we might see some stars.
The mayor went further to highlight some projects earmarked by his council to engage youth during the summer holiday, such as holiday jobs, to some 150 holiday makers, as well as the award of partial scholarship to some pupils and students for the next academic year. The chairperson of the organizing committee, Charles Eyum Sama, who doubles as the Secretary General to the Limbe 2 Council, pledged on behalf of the organizing committee for the smooth running of the tournament while thanking all those who promised their sponsorship. The tournament, which will run for 1 month, shall witness the participation of 10 teams drawn from all the 12 quarters in Limbe 2 municipality. The event was made colorful with traditional music from some cultural groups within the Limbe 2 municipality.
Out of the country, several hundred people marched in Chad's capital, Jamina, on Thursday to protest the military junta which took power after the country's long-serving leader died while fighting rebels. The Transformers Party and civil society groups had called for people to come out against the confiscation of power by the Transitional Military Council that has ruled the Sahel country since the death of President Idriss Déby Itno in April. The International Criminal Court has decided to lift the arrest warrant for the former Ivorian First Lady Simone Gbagbo. The decision was made on July 19, but the news was not made public until yesterday evening. Since 2012, Simone Gbagbo had been accused by the International Criminal Court on several counts of crimes against humanity, such as murder, rape, and other inhumane acts committed during the post-electoral crisis of 2010-2011. That was it for today's edition. More details in our subsequent Prime News with Fon Quinta at 6:30 p.m. Meanwhile, you shall be having In the House with Eileen Sama and her ladies. Stay blessed and have a nice weekend.